messages that they heard or anything. So I'm still running mine 24/7. I don't think I'm on the list, though. I don't think I called in.
You should probably do that.
Maybe I should do that, huh? Before my bill comes out? Okay. But yes, thank you to the community and everybody that helped with this. This has been a unique weather, and every town has been dealing with it. Different towns have been doing different things for their community for it. But this is what our committee and working with the staff at the light plant decided was the best way to do it, to be fair to everybody. So thanks to everyone involved. So we are now down to old business.
No, 14.
No,
We're on what?
13.
we took those off.
Took those out.
Oh, yeah.
14 and
Yeah,
15 are off.
14,
Yeah,
15
well,
came
okay.
off,
Never
and you
mind.
approved it.
Yeah, so
We're down to old business number 16. Motion to approve the airport special committee report and recommendations.
Okay, and I'll right up front, if I had misled by saying that we need to put that on there for approval, that wasn't the intent, probably
Okay.
to reflect on them, and that's what I'd like to do right now. I'd like to, first of all, take a motion off with respect to approving the minutes. Dustin and I are going to meet with Jonathan on Friday to talk about those items that we determined should be discussed with him, but there are also a number of those same items that were on that whole list that we started back in October and then brought together in November, that we think the Public Safety Committee, Sub-Airport Committee should probably go ahead and handle them. They were just basic administrative changes to the operations out there, duties, responsibilities, contractual arrangements with tenants, a couple other things that didn't really need the special effect, if you will. So we're gonna resolve all those things, and then we'll report back to the council the findings once we get through with Jonathan.
So you're taking this off the agenda, John? Is that-
As a motion, as just for discussion, all I was
Okay.
looking for at this point.
Did we include your minutes in the,
They are in there. They're
so
under
everybody
the
can read
special
those,
report.
but you
Yes,
still want to make sure?
absolutely.
You haven't had time to visit with Jonathan in regards to
No.
any of it?
In fact, we
Okay.
were going to do it tomorrow night, but then
Okay.
we have the Rotary Spaghetti Supper tomorrow night.
I
Which put a
have
dent
no
in that,
tickets.
so.
Okay. Number 17, motion to approve the Independence Aquatic Center Committee recommendations, and I believe those were in your packets also. Were they not? Okay.
I did have a couple questions on this.
Okay.
First, in looking through the recommendations, it talks about various funding sources. I guess I didn't quite understand what each of the funding sources' final input would be. I guess what I'm trying to get at is if the private funding doesn't raise enough, does the bond need to be increased? Then it'll go before the city, or are we saying this is what size of bond the city's willing to do? I'm kind of trying to get an idea of what the breakdown of the funding would be.
And to tell you the truth, I don't know that we're to that state yet, or that stage, because we still, our first step is we got to acquire the property.
And
Yeah.
if I can comment, in speaking with bonding council, and if we're going to bond for this project, well, we will need to bond for this project. It would be my understanding that the city council would need to establish an X dollar amount to bond, which then forces the committee to fundraise the balance or find other revenue sources. So, yeah, at some point, the council's gonna have to decide, how much we are going to bond for.
So I guess my question just simply was, by approving this, we're not saying the city's gonna take over building it if the other fundraising efforts don't come to fruition or don't raise.
Right.
Okay, that's all I.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
So
Mine too.
they were just making recommendations from all the months that they studied, all the different things, and that's when they presented their whole packet. Was it last meeting?
Yes.
And so these are recommendations that we are approving. They're not binding to us. I mean, it's not like it's a contract or anything to that degree. There's still got to be steps done beforehand.
I think they should be commended, and I'd make the motion that we adopt the recommendations.
Okay?
Second.
Second, motion by Hill, second by Holland. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same.
Aye.
Motion carried. New business. I'm sure a lot of you have heard a lot of different things or seen things on TV about the emerald ash borer. I've been in contact with a Richard Kettleson with Northeast Iowa RC&D that we've worked with in getting grants and different things, and he is able to do a tree inventory for us. If he does it, he'll be doing it for all the trees within the city, not just the ash trees. And he'll be able to estimate the cost of how to do that. When I talk to him on the phone, he doesn't have an exact cost. He'll be on our agenda for next time to give us more information and the exact cost for him to do this. It's a mapping inventory of the whole map of all the property owned by the city. It's not anybody's personal property, but all the trees that are on city property. And he will evaluate, show us where they're at, give us an evaluation of those trees as far as whether they'd be something we'd even want to take down or whether we'd want to do something to be able to treat them. There are those possibilities to do so. And so there's not a whole lot more information other than I wanted to make sure it was okay, or you guys were wanting to hear this so that we could put him on the next meeting and he'll give you a more detailed information and exactly what his inventory will do. Part of the reason I wanted to have this is because with the tree inventory, it will help us when we get into a project of redoing some of our streets. That way we'll know whether we're dealing with anything with problem trees or something, and that can be coordinated together. So I think it's information that our town will be valuable to us for future projects and future areas or things that we're working on. So if it is okay with you, I will have him come to the next meeting and he'll give you more information. You don't have to approve any funding right now. That will be something that would probably be put on the next agenda or next meeting. He is going to drive through the town and just get a brief estimate of what he sees in order to come up with an exact figure of what his cost for the inventory would be. I gather that RC&D had a grant they had gotten before, not too long ago, but it was for only towns under